Chapter 69. The Lord Who Traveled the World. After the Buddha and Fire Asoka stayed in Vaishali city for only 15 days, Akita's caravan arrived, and then Akita finally met the Buddha. How far was the total distance? I asked. Almost 4,000 kilometers, he answered. Wow, that's amazing for walking, I exclaimed. Yes, the Buddha intended to travel through every possible city. This is the origin of the legend of the Lord who traveled the world, recorded in ancient stories, but because it has been copied for thousands of years, some parts have been dropped or lost, which is normal, Lord Foch narrated. What will happen from now on? I asked curiously. One evening, Akita's caravan, which had just traveled from Mithila city, the Videha region, about 160 kilometers northeast of Vaishali city, near present-day Chayaphan province, had been traveling for 9 days. When they entered the Vaishali city area, where houses were densely packed, about 5 kilometers from Vaishali city, which was a vast community befitting the city's name, Vaishali, they stopped to camp on the outskirts of the city. Lord Foch began. Lord Foch, doesn't the word city usually mean that the houses are within the city walls or around the city walls? Because Akita's group is 5 kilometers away from the city. But there are still densely packed houses, I asked. Generally, that's the case. But because this place was a special economic zone, with a large number of people coming to trade, the city expanded widely, especially along the main roads leading to the city. Lord Foch answered. All right, from now on, it would be better for you to see the scene through Akita's eyes. Lord Foch said. All right, I replied. Akita woke up early the next morning. The followers, who were the supply caravan, supported by the kings of Ujjaini and Savathi, began cooking. Some went out for alms in the community, as was the custom of a. Some washed themselves in the river. Today, Akita informed the caravan that they would stop traveling for 1 day to rest, and they instructed volunteers to go out and inquire with the villagers. If anyone had seen the Buddha's group pass by, when anyone had news, they were to report back quickly, so they could plan their journey the next day. After everyone finished their daily routines, the volunteers went out to gather news. But because this area was far from the city, and the Buddha hadn't traveled this way, no one knew anything. Around 2 p.m., a messenger on horseback from the city brought news that the Buddha was waiting for his group at Pavalachedi. The Buddha knew that Akita's group had arrived. Since the previous night, Akita and all his followers quickly packed their belongings and set off. He was so excited that he couldn't wait even a minute. If he had known that the Buddha was waiting in this city from the beginning, he would have rushed to meet him without stopping. The distance from where they camped, plus the distance they had to go around the city to reach Pavalachedi, was a total of 8 kilometers. He felt that those 8 kilometers were the longest he had ever traveled. Every step was slow and frustrating. He felt a mixture of eagerness and thirst to meet the Buddha that was hard to describe. It was a combination of excitement, nervousness, joy, and anxiety. It was a strange mix of feelings, combined with traveling for a year, a tired body, sore ankles, and skin burned by the scorching sun, that made his mind clearly separate from his body, until he felt like there was someone else inside him. Hey, what's happening to me? Akita murmured to himself. I am inside you now. I felt like I wanted to say something to Akita, so I tried to send this feeling to him. Who are you and why are you with me? Akita responded in his thoughts. I was surprised that he perceived and responded. I am you, but I am from the future. I tried to introduce myself. The future, you say? Akita asked back. Do you believe me? I asked. Nonsense. I must be tired from the long journey, and my mind is starting to hallucinate. He thought to himself. Wait, I am real. I come in the form of thoughts. I myself don't want to believe that. I can communicate with you because you are my past. I don't know how to explain. I tried to talk to him again. There were no thoughts in response. Lord Foch, why doesn't Akita believe that I am inside him at this moment? I asked Lord Foch. He is no different from most people on your world, who believe more in the conscious mind and overlook the spirit. And the matter of the spirit is difficult to explain, as you just said. And I told you that the spirit has no time, or, in other words, the spirit can travel without the obstacle of time. But humans with physical bodies have time, which has a horizontal or linear nature. That is, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. But the time of the spirit has a vertical nature. What's more complex is that within every moment of the horizontal linear time, there are infinite vertical lines, meaning it is endless. Therefore, those who enter the state of oneness with the spirit can connect with the time framework that has both horizontal and vertical lines, which can intersect at any point, whether it is the past, present, or future. Lord Foch explained. Everything you explained doesn't make me understand any better, I replied. It's okay. I just want you to know that those who know these secrets, or those who are outside, the rules can know the past and the future. This is normal for the spirit that is not under the laws of the Earth's magnetic field. But for those who are under the laws, it is still hidden, Lord Foch explained. It sounds complicated and difficult to understand. In fact, when you are with me at this moment, it is the same state. We are in a vertical time, which is one moment of the horizontal time that is ongoing on your world. You can imagine it this way. Everyone on Earth has their own horizontal timeline. Each person has one line. No matter how many tens or hundreds of thousands of lives you are born and die, your timeline will continue. Everyone's timelines run parallel. But there is the time of the spirit that is free from time intersecting at every moment. That moment, compared to horizontal time, is about 1/30th of a second. And in each moment, there is time that has no beginning, no middle, and no end, or what you call infinite. Think about how many of these moments there are throughout your life, throughout all your lives. That's enough. I still don't understand, no matter how you explain. I will try to understand it myself. I'm just surprised about the matter of time, I said. Then Akita focused on walking until he reached Pavalachedi in the evening. The image I saw now was a low wall, about 1.5 meters high. It was a wall intentionally built to show what was inside. The area within the wall was a square, about 500 meters long on each side. Outside the wall, there were lanterns decorated with many small openings filled with oil lamps, making the area bright as if there was a festival. Each side of the wall had 4 entrances. Walking through an entrance, you would see many small rectangular about 5 to 6 meters high, built of brick and plastered, arranged in rows leading to the center point. Looking at the end of the rows of small chedi, there was a huge and magnificent structure. At the top was a rectangular chedi, similar to a prang in Bodh Gaya, but much larger. The chedi was decorated with shining gold leaf, glittering as if this was the most important thing. This chedi stood on two tiered bases made of laterite stone. The first base was about 70 meters wide. The second base was about 50 meters wide. The second base had a cloister, a roof tiled with terracotta tiles, and small pointed spires surrounding the golden chedi. Every part of this place was illuminated by tens of thousands of oil lamps, making the entire area bright, beautiful, and breathtaking. When Akita's group entered through the south entrance, they saw pavilions at each corner of the four walls, with walkways along the walls leading to those pavilions. There was a group of people sitting in one of the pavilions, and one of them was walking out of the pavilion towards me.